Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. So this is the fourth time I'm filming this video. Every time I just drift off and I don't get the point across that I want to make. What I want to tell you is why now, especially since the Dresden event in December, where there was the pre-booking event of the Id.3, why I'm even more convinced that the Id.3 is the car for me. And I want to go through steps, and I will put some markers in so you know if you don't want to watch the beginning or something. So what are my requirements for an electric car, my personal requirements, what cars fall into that, why I prefer the Id.3 over the others, and then the end, even with the bad news that were coming out of Denmark and other things, why I think it's even more the car for me. Let's start with my requirements. I want an electric car with WLTP range of at least 400 kilometers. Why do I want that? Well, of course, everybody likes more range. It's just easier if you don't have to charge when you go to a destination that is under the range. So you never have to charge when you want to go to your destination. And what my wife and I are doing a lot is going to Prague, which is around 250 kilometers. And I want to do this in the winter with winter tires on, with the heat on, and still not have to worry that I can't make it. And for me that means 400 kilometers WLTP range. That should be, the 250 in the winter should be doable. Second thing is the price, 45,000 euros. There's wiggle room, of course, but around that number. And then of course there's decent charging speed, and with decent I mean, what do they all charge with? Is it's not too low? Is it not 40 when all the other EVs can do 100 or more? Around this, so it should be okay. And what are the cars? Ding! What are the cars that fit into the category? First one that arrived that caught my eye was of course the Hyundai Kona electric with a 64 kilowatt hour battery, and this is net capacity. I'm sure it's around 70 what it has gross capacity. Charging speed is around 75 kilowatt. WLTP range is way over 400, 450, 460. Amazingly efficient, has great regen, the best regen. I love regen. I'm a regen driver. I like to adjust my regen, and I want it strong. I want one pedal drive feel, and the Kona was the car that could do this the best. I like all the infotainment system, how it's done, how you can see the consumption. I liked it a lot. What I didn't like about the Kona was the acceleration with the 150 kilowatt front wheel drive. That the wheels were spinning, was too much torque. That wasn't fun. God, why do I have to swallow? I don't know. I never talk too much. And I didn't like the space inside. It's a very compact car inside. It's okay, but so I wouldn't want an amazingly big car, but I don't want a very small car. And what I also didn't like was this SUV crossover look. That just wasn't my thing. And on top of that, of course, that it's still an ICE car converted to electric. It wasn't an electric car built from the ground up, and I would prefer that. Second car that fit my description and caught my eye is the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus, a bit over 400 kilometers WLTP range. Now it can charge up to 107 kilowatt peak, which is great. So way faster than the others. Now it has great infotainment system where you have internet package. So for 10 euros a month, you have it's the same streaming and the same Google satellite internet connection, traffic info that the long range has. So this is very interesting car. It gets so many updates that now it has an amazing update. Of course, The whole YouTube and Netflix is amazing when you're charging. It's a great idea, but also that the charging was an update just not long ago, and the regen now changed, that it has a very strong regen and it can do a one-pedal driving. Amazing. It's a great car. Amazing power. Even the standard range plus doesn't have to be the long range. Long range of course would be amazing, but I can't afford that. It's around the same price, 46,000 euros. That fits. What I didn't like about the standard range plus is the how you interact with the car, that there are no buttons, everything has to be on the touch screen. There's no instrument cluster, and a lot of people don't care. I do. I have a car now that has the instrument cluster in the middle, and I don't like it. I would love to have an instrument cluster in front of me, or even a head-up display, something like this. That was a minus point. And then of course, when it comes to service, next service center is either in Linz or in Munich, so either 90 minutes away or 2 hours away. And also in Europe right now, Model 3s are suffering from not very great delivery, so they're pushing out a lot of cars, and then they're coming with scratches and paint defects and sometimes problems. And I don't know if I want to spend so much money and then go to the hassle of fixing them. I'm scared that this would destroy the whole experience. And a friend of mine ordered a Tesla Model 3 long range all-wheel drive. He ordered it in September. Then it said delivery is in November. He's still waiting for the car, and now they're saying he will get it most likely in the first 3 months of this year, so till March, but it's not sure. So he's waiting for 6 months now, strong 4 months. And that's okay to wait. It's just, Tesla is very unpredictable to me. They're always changing things here and there, and prices jump up and jump down. I don't know. It's making me a bit uneasy with it, and that's why I'm no. And the Id.3, as we all know, 420 kilometers WLTP range, charging up to 100 kilowatts. Also internet streaming. Has not that great regen. Price is around 46, but incentives go off. The regen won't be as amazing as the Kona. This will be bad. I love the rear wheel drive. I love the handling of the car. I love how it gets the power to the road. I love how it's just set up with space inside. The steering wheel, when I was driving it in Dresden, it was only 10 minutes, but I liked it a lot. I wasn't too impressed at the moment because it's not standing out. It's not amazing power or anything else, but the overall package altogether was very nice. I liked that a lot. And so this was a reason for me to say, no, Id.3, that will be my car. I like that. And I found out so much stuff in Dresden, and this is what I want to say now, why I'm even more convinced than before that this is my car. So many features that, yes, are not new in the electric car world. Tesla are doing this for a long time, but at least they're doing it, and it's a car designed as an electric car from the start. No ICE thing, so space. Yes, it has no frunk. That's fine with me. There's no space in there. I saw it. It's a tiny little hood that it has, or that area in front. I don't know how you call it. I liked it, and like I said, so many features that I talked to in other videos that I liked. And what impressed me the most, and where I was a bit feeling, that's nice. I like this. This is what I would do if I would sell a car, is the testing. There was this presentation, and I put the video up, but it was in German, presentation about how they were testing the Id.3, and I loved it. They with so many prototypes, they were all over the world, 35 countries, drove 6 million kilometers in the car, charged everywhere. in cold, in heat, in wet, in mud, dryness, everything. They tested the air conditioning, the heating in every environment, testing the charging, how the battery, testing on uneven surface, how the battery is holding up. This was great. And then this was for me, yes, this is what Volkswagen, what I know about it. I'm not a Volkswagen fan, I never owned a Volkswagen. But this was what I expecting. And then they talked about the charging test, that they were testing 12,000 different chargers all over the world to see if they all work. And they said it's possible that the Type 2, for example, is a tiny bit different, and it has to have connection, a perfect connection. It has to stay in there and cannot be pulled out or fall out by itself. And it also has to communicate with the charger, that the protocol, the car can understand the protocol and it works with that. They're testing it in rain, in cold, in snow, freezing temperatures, in heat, and all of this. It showed me they want to bring out a car that's tested well and it works. Yes, I know that they're developing the software as we speak, and this is the problem that they're having right now. The car is being built. I think that right now they're still building cars for employees to drive and test. But after that, then they're building the customer cars, and those customer cars will just stand around and wait, and that's not amazing. I have no idea if it does something to the car. I hope not. I hope Volkswagen would not go to that risk. I hope they know what they're doing. But they're still working on the software, and then in summer, which can be June to end of September, when I go look at the calendar, then they will put on the final software or the latest software that they have, and hopefully it all works as much as possible. So this is why I'm more convinced that this car is for me. Of course, another reason why the ID.3 just fits me perfect. By the way, when it comes back to Kona, e-Niro, e-Soul, e-Niro is too big for me. e-Soul just looks horrible. It's not car that I want to drive. ID.3 is okay. It's not the best looking car in the world. I prefer the looks of the Seat Elborn. It doesn't have that hood thing, but they chose this, and what for me as a YouTube content creator is of course interesting that this is a new thing. It's a big thing. A lot of people are interested in the car. Volkswagen is trying to do something new, going in a different era. That's all a big thing, and I fit in there very well. And I'm just happy that I like the car. But it helps me, of course, if I get a Tesla Model 3 right now. Nobody cares because there are millions of videos out there. But if I get an ID.3 in a few months, then a lot of people will be watching because it's something new and interesting. They want to see consumption and charging and long distance and interior and software, and when there are updates coming out and service and all of this. It will be very interesting for me too. I'm very excited. But it's just nice that a lot of people like that, and that is another point why I want the car. It's not the biggest point, but it is one argument for it. And so with the bad news that came out of Denmark, and then Volkswagen said, yeah, that's all true. So that one zone climate that the first edition will have, it's not nice. I think that a first edition of a car that goes into a new era, that should have a lot of people were putting their trust in very early in May, when nobody knew a lot about the car. I think it should have a 2-zone climate. It's a bit weak. The same with the heat pump, that only the Max has heat pump. This is also something that an electric car that is considered to have a better feature package should have. The other thing was the park assist that it parks itself. I'm okay with this. I don't need it, but as I understand, all the stuff is in there, so it should be able to do it. So I don't know what's missing, but they said will not have this. So this doesn't change my opinion about the car. Yes, the climate is a bummer, and the same with the heat pump, but it's fine. I can live with that. And as far as I think now, I don't know, in April we will order the car and we know the prices and everything. And I'm interested to see, because Silke Bakshik in my interview said that they want to push leasing, private leasing. And I'm very interested to see what they have to offer. Because for me, as, like I said, YouTube content creator, it makes more sense to lease the car and then after a year, when a new model is coming out with better features, get that car. Or when the big battery comes out, get that car. Stuff like this, or even at some point an all-wheel drive. It just would be nice to upgrade and without having a big hassle of selling or stuff. But of course this all had to be worked out if it's possible to change the lease and whatever. But we'll see how that works out. I'm still excited about the car. I like it a lot, and I know a lot of people are disappointed with the Id.3, and that's okay. You can be. It's your opinion, that's fine. But for me, this is the car and I'm still excited, and it's almost February now. We'll the next 2 months, the thing will be very exciting. A lot of news will come out, a lot of prices, the ordering and everything, the ID charger, stuff like this. So I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think that's it. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.